Hello and welcome back to Algebra 1, Chapter 6.3 and 6.4. Another great screencast brought to you by the Mastermind channel. We're looking at solving systems of equations, we've looked at graphing, and we've looked at substitution. So today we're looking at elimination. Alright, if I want to solve two equations by eliminating, first I'm going to line them up so the like terms align. So there we have the x's and the y's. Now, in this case, this is convenient because the coefficients are the same except for their opposite signs. So if I add these two equations, I can add the entire equations. I can do 5x plus 3x, give me 8x, and then negative 6 plus 6 cancels out, is equal to 16. Divide by 8 on each side, and I get x is equal to 2. Now I can take this value and plug it into one of the original equations. I can do 3 times 2 plus 6y is equal to 48. So I have 6 plus 6y is equal to 48. That gives me 6y is equal to 42. Divide by 6 on each side, and y is equal to 7. My ordered pair here is 2 and 7. Okay, so here are the steps. Step 1, write the equations so like terms align, and if necessary, multiply to get opposite or same terms. Step 2, add or subtract the equations to eliminate one variable, and then solve. Step 3, plug in the value found in step 2 into one of the original equations, and then solve. Remember to write the solution as an ordered pair. Alright, let's look at these two. We want to line them up. Okay, and now we can eliminate these because they are opposite coefficients. So that cancels these two out. We are going to add them if we have opposite coefficients. I recommend always put plus or minus to show what you're doing. That means we're going to follow the signs when we're adding. So negative 3 plus 5 gives me 2y equals, we're adding, so that equals 6 divided by 2 gives me y is equal to 3. Then take the 3, plug it into either one of these, so you get negative 6x plus 5 times 3 is equal to 3. So we have 15 there. Subtract 15 from each side. Goodness. Well, if you can figure out what that says. Negative 6x is equal to negative 12. Divide by negative 6. And we get x is equal to 2. Remember, give your answer as an ordered pair because the solution to a system of equations is the point where the lines intersect. So that's a point on the graph. Alright, one more example. We're going to line these up. Now notice, both of these have the same coefficient. Okay, so since they have the same coefficient here, I'm going to subtract this one. Now when you subtract, you're going to do the opposite of the sign. So I'll do 2x minus 2x cancels out. Now I'm subtracting 5 minus 2y. So that's going to give me 3y. And then negative 3 minus 6 gives me negative 9. Divide by 3 on each side, and you get y is equal to negative 3. Plug that back in up here. 2x plus 5 times negative 3 is equal to negative 3. And then negative 15 here. is equal to negative 3. Add 15 to each side. 2x is equal to 12. Divide by 2. X is equal to 6. Ordered pair, 6 and negative 3. All right. If we don't have any coefficients that are alike, so here in this case, we have 2x and 10x, 5y and 3y. We're going to look to see which ones are easiest to multiply to get the same coefficient. Well, 2 can be easily multiplied to get me 10. Okay, so I'm going to multiply this entire top equation by 5 to get me 10x. So then I have 2x times 5, 5y times 5, and negative 22 times 5. And then I'm going to carry over the equation as it was down here. And then I can subtract these two and solve that one. So then this would cancel out. I'd get 22y is equal to negative 132 divide by 22, and y is equal to negative 6. Then plug in the 6 into either one of these. So we have 2x plus 5 times negative 6 is equal to negative 22, and then solve that. Gives me x is equal to 4, then my ordered pair is 4 and negative 6. Okay, now in this case 5 doesn't easily multiply to give me 4, 4 doesn't multiply to give me 5, neither does 4 multiply easily to give me 2 multiply to give me 7. So in this case I have to multiply both of them. Alright, I'm going to multiply to get me 20, okay, which is a common multiple between 4 and 5. So I'm going to multiply this one by 4 and multiply the second one by 5, that way resulting in a common term. Now, I prefer if I don't have to subtract, because when you're subtracting you have to pay close attention to make sure you're doing the opposite of the signs. So I prefer for the terms to be opposite. So instead of multiplying by 5 here, I'm actually going to go ahead and multiply by negative 5, because that's going to give me negative 20x, and then I'll eliminate this just by adding. So if I add those two, this cancels out, add this to 38y, and then add this to negative 114. Divide by 38 gives you y equals negative 3, and then plug that into the original equation. Gets me 4x plus 6 is 22, and then solve that, divide by 4, we get an ordered pair, x is 4, y is negative 3. Okay, in this example, notice I'm not going to multiply this by 10 and this by 15. I can just find the least common multiple, multiply this by 2 and this by 3 to get me 30 there. Now I would do negative 3 for this example. You can use this to practice, solve it. I would recommend negative 3 here gets you negative 30, and positive 2 here gets you positive 30. Alright, word problems, I know everybody's favorite, so we're going to look at this. Your class sells gift wrap for $4 per package and greeting cards for $10 per package. Your class sells 205 packages in all and receives a total of $1,084. Find the number of packages of gift wrap and greeting cards sold, or quick trip cards sold. Alright, so we want to look at this and dissect it a little bit. We'll define some variables. We'll use W for gift wrap and C for greeting cards. Alright, our first equation, looking at this, we sell 205 packages in all. That means adding up all the gift wrap sold and all the greeting cards sold, we sell 205 packages. So gift wraps plus greeting cards is 205. Next, we know that we sell gift wrap for $4 and greeting cards for $10, and together that gets me 1,084. So 4 times the gift wrap, 10 times the greeting cards gets me 1,084. Now I have 2 equations that I can solve. Okay? When I set these up, notice W is easily multiplied to get me 4W. Go ahead, try to solve this. Pause the video now and solve this equation, this system of equations. I decided to multiply by -4 so I could get opposite first terms. That way those cancel out. So if you want to do that, you can try doing that. Alright, so we get C equals 44. Then take that value, plug it back into either one. The easier one would be the W plus C. If we do that, then it's 205. Subtract 45 from each side, and we get W is 161. Now what do these terms mean? We sold 161 packs of gift wrap and 44 greeting cards. Finally, you'll come across problems like this. The key here is setting these up. Alright, so the sum, remember sum means add, of 2 numbers, any numbers, so we can make it A plus B is equal to 18, and then their difference, A minus B, is equal to 4. Find the 2 numbers. On something as easy as this, you can use either one because the coefficient here is the same, so we could subtract them, or the coefficient here is opposite, so we could add them. My preference is adding, so that's what I'm going to do here. That's a 1 and a 1 here, so that gives me 2A. These cancel out. Is equal to 22. Divide by 2. A is equal to 11. Plug that back in up here, and B is equal to 7. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to thumbs up, like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. But thumbs up. And if you don't want to add this to your liked videos, you can add in the comment that you loved this video, that it was your favorite, absolutely favorite.